Hello everyone, friends. Thank you for visiting my channel. In this video, I would like to go over two indicators with you. The first indicator is Bull's Power and the second is MACD. But before we start, friends, please check the description of this video. There you'll find a link to my Telegram channel where you can find a lot of useful information. You will also find a link below to register on the Pocket Option platform. In fact, this is the very platform I am currently trading on. So let's move on to the description and discussion of these indicators. So in this video, we will be talking about two indicators, Bull's Power and MACD. Let's see how to set them up. Go to the indicators section, then select MACD here and choose the second indicator, which is Bull's Power. You'll see charts like these appear. Let's start with Bull's Power. This indicator was invented by Alexander Elder. To set it up, click on the pencil icon, select a period of 13, set the style to 1 pixel and click Save. This indicator helps us determine the strength of the bulls, that is the buyers in the market. I'll draw it for you now to make it clearer. It is based on the difference between the highest price and the moving average. If the indicator value is positive, it indicates that the bulls are dominating. If it's negative, the bears are in control. What does this mean? We use this zero line as the baseline and we look at it like this. For example, at this point, if we see that Bull's Power crosses the zero zone, it means we can open a buy position, or conversely, as in this area, we see that Bull's Power crosses the zero line. So accordingly, here is this point, friends, right here. Accordingly, we should open a sell position. That's it. Now let's move on to the MACD indicator. We've already added it. Now how do we set it up? We click on the pencil icon, select a fast period of 12, a slow period of 26, a signal period of 9, and set each style to 1 pixel. Let me draw it out for you here as well so it's clearer and more visual. MACD is my favorite tool for catching trends. It consists of two lines. Here there's a green line and accordingly a red one. Here they are. The green line is the MACD line, that's the fast line, and the slow line, the so-called signal line, is red. If you see that the MACD crosses the signal line from below upwards, then we should open a position to go long. For example, at this point, if you see that the green line crosses the signal line from above downwards, then we should open a position to go short. There's also a histogram here, which shows us how strong the momentum is. Overall, the indicator is excellent. MACD is fundamental, very old, and I really like it. And of course, in skilled hands, it can work wonders. So, let's now move directly to trading and see how to use them in practice. Friends, we have MACD-USD, a currency pair. Here, I think we can consider entering a short position, selling. Why? Because Bull's Power crosses the zero mark from top to bottom, and the MACD also crosses the signal line from top to bottom near the lower boundary. That is precisely why I will be taking 3 distinct sell trades here, and then we shall see exactly how they ultimately turn out. Here's a similar situation in EUR/USD. Take careful note, my dear friends. We can clearly see a very similar setup unfolding right here before our eyes. We see how Bull's Power is approaching the lower boundary, and we see how MACD is crossing the signal line. That's why I entered a sell trade here, and let's see how this trade turns out for us. Let's keep watching. Here's a good setup. Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. I'm taking 3 trades. The situation is very similar. We're crossing the zero mark with the Bull's Power indicator, and we're crossing the signal line with the MACD indicator. That's why I entered a sell trade here. Let's go back to the first series of trades. We have 3 positions of $150 each for selling. We have both a return and a profit. The second series of trades. Excellent. Here everything is closing in profit for us. And let's look at the third series of trades. We took a short here. We considered selling here based on the indicators. Let's watch. There are just a few seconds left, literally 7 seconds remain until expiration. Excellent. We are also closing this series of trades in profit. We had a return and everything else closed in profit for us. Friends, In the description of this video, you can find a link to my Telegram channel. There's a lot of useful stuff for you there, signals, indicator settings, and so on. I'll also leave a link for registering with the Pocket Option Broker with a promo code for a 60% deposit bonus. Thank you for watching. Leave a like. Goodbye, everyone.